See what I mean about that song? It just rips it. Can you imagine being that mother? And here comes Gabriel flying in the door. And I prefer Archangel Gabriel, but some people say Gabriel, flying in the door and telling Mary, you're going to have this baby boy, and this baby boy is going to be the Christ. And all of these things are going to happen. And raising that child, oh my gosh, it brings me to tears. There is more to Mary than they have led us to believe. I got to tell you that. Yeah, so there's more to come on that one. But yeah. So now we're moving out of Thanksgiving weekend, and we're starting to move into the season of the Christ consciousness, adding to all of those things that we're thankful for. And we really need to be thankful every day for whatever it is our gratitudes are. I don't care what it is. You find something to be thankful for. Because all of us right here sitting here, I know we do. I know we do. Yeah. So my talk title today is Shortcut to Happiness. Yeah. And within that, I want to talk a little bit about empathy and compassion. There's so many people right now that could use our empathy and our compassion. And for some reason, this month of December seems to be the time that we open our hearts to our givingness more than other months in the year. And I'm not really quite sure why that is, but it is. So, we grow spiritually through different times in our life, and I firmly believe that we grow spiritually through some of the more difficult times that we have, whether it's disease or dysfunction or crummy relationships or whatever it is that brings us to our knees, gives us opportunity to rise and to become stronger. And if we are open to it, to spread and strengthen our spiritual wings. And when we do that, and I don't know if any of you have had the opportunity to notice that as we grow spiritually, other people will start to fall away from our lives. Sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're spouses, sometimes it's a situation or circumstance, like a job, maybe. But they start to fall away. Because why? Why are they falling away? They're falling away because our vibrational frequency is no longer where it used to be. Because we're growing now and we're vibrating at something more loving or more joyous or more understanding than where we had been before. And some of those choose to stay where they are. And there is nothing wrong with that because that's their journey. However, we are on our own journey as well. And we can't stay stuck. Well, we can. We can absolutely stay stuck if we want to. Do you ever notice how the universe does this? The universe will go, tap, 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 right on your shoulder. I got something for you. And you're like, leave me alone. And then it'll go, tap, tap, tap. And you're like, leave me alone. I don't want to. I don't want to know. And the next thing you know, you get this big old shove on your shoulder. And down you go on your knees. And then you are at the mercy of your inner soul as to whether you want to take on that challenge and grow through whatever it is you're being challenged with. But the universe will definitely get your attention when it's time to move or change. Yeah. So no matter what the situation or circumstance has been in our life, we talk about forgiveness. Great thing to forgive people. But really, y'all religious scientists in here. So what do we know? We know there is one mind. That mind is God. That mind is all there is. That's all there is. It vibrates at the frequency of love, perfection, grace, ease. That's where it is. So truly, is there anything to forgive? I want you to take that home with you. And I want you to think about that. No, but this happened to me. And I'm so mad at that person. And da-da-da. Truly, religious scientists should go back to truth. What is the truth? You are the divine children of the Father, Mother, God, made in God's perfect image and likeness. That is the truth. So if that is true, what is to forgive? Well, playing that funny little role here on earth, we get to experience things in these physical bodies. Yes, we do. But in truth, in your meditation practices, be willing to forgive and at the same time know that there never really was, because it's all spirit. Yeah. So do the work in your prayer and meditation. And remember that it's when we do forgive, it's not so much for somebody else, that it's for you. It is for you to lift you up and bring you higher. I'm finding I'm not reading my notes very well, so you'll have to excuse me. So it's only, Ernest Holmes, as a matter of fact, says that it's only when we recognize that the universe is built on affirmation that we can become happy. Yeah. We all desire to live our lives in happiness and joy. And it's on us to make that choice if we want to be happy or not. You believe that? You agree? Yeah. There's nobody else that's going to make that choice for you. You can remain stuck or you can remain happy. You make the choice. And I see people all the time that become immersed in those feelings of tragedies in their lives. Yeah. And when I say immersed, I mean that that someone would rather stay stuck in the stuff and the gunk. Why? Why would I want to do that? Because that's what I know. That's what I know. It feels better to wallow in it. Well, you know what I think? I think it's okay to feel it, to feel the feelings, to get down there in the junk and feel it and go in there. And then pull yourself by the bootstraps and get on up with the program, because the universe shoved you down for some reason, gives you opportunity to pull yourself back up and elevate consciousness, expand your own consciousness. Yeah. It's so much easier, I would think it would be, to take that hardship that you had been blessed with and pay it forward to someone else that could use that assistance, that could use that hand up, that maybe got that shoved just as well, but maybe needs a little direction. This is where I came. I came to the Auburn Church of Religious Science, it was called. 30 years ago I came when I got sick and I didn't know where else to go, but Louise Hay was a religious science minister and said, go there. So I went, and that's what started the journey. It's such a blessing for all of you to be on this road that you're on. So there's a lot of reasons why one might choose to say chained to sadness, fear, or anger. You guys know this. We are all creators of our own destiny. And we are actually in control of our own lives by the thoughts we think. You believe that?
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody out there don't believe that? We can have a talk in the back room after church. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. So Rev Suzanne and I have made little jokes on the side. When we start to create talks, you probably know this as well, Pro Jerry, you probably know this as well, then all the stuff that the challenge that you're trying to work out through your talk, it starts showing up in your face. Everywhere you turn, here it comes, and now you got to walk your talk, and you got to figure out how you're going to make this one work for your talk. So we're at a function, John and I are, and I walk in the room, I sit down with a bunch of people, and all of a sudden I feel this impasse. Anyone? Yeah, okay. Yeah, y'all closet impasse, I know. And just a few went like that. I know better. I know some of you. So anyway, I walk in, we're sitting down with these people, and I get this big clump of, like a dark cloud on my gut. And then my heart chakra is feeling these shards coming and at me, and I'm like, what the heck is this all about? I'm scanning the table. Why? All I did was walk in the room. I couldn't understand this, right? But I kept feeling this. And now I'm starting to get a little irritated because it's not going away. Okay, so you got a treat for this one. Suzanne and I say you got to go back to God, go back to God, go back to God. I'm in a public place and I'm having an argument with myself. And, okay, all right. This is what I know. Like I said in the very beginning, the divine spark, spirit, that's in everyone. Even this person who right now I want to not be very nice to. Oh, I can't do that either. So I see the spark in you. And I did it with every single person sitting at that table. And that spark in each one of you is the same spark of the divine that's in me. Dang it! I have to know this truth, right? And it's not going away. But if I am mad at you, and you're the spark of the divine, who am I in essence mad at? Me! That's right, I'm mad at me. I don't want to be mad at me. I don't want to be mad at God, and I don't want to be mad at the rest of the table. Heck, I don't want to be mad at all. But I kept knowing this and going back to this. It didn't feel very good at all that entire night. It took me 24 hours and a little talk with my practitioner over here to help me to pull out of that. But no matter what the situation or circumstance was looking like, right, I knew there was a higher truth. Even though I wasn't feeling it at the moment, I knew that there had to be a higher truth. So when you come across those instances with those very interesting folks in our lives, and we all have them, then just continue to know that truth no matter what is showing up. Yeah. I know. Okay, you know what that's called? What we used to call this. Okay, so 30 years ago, practitioner training at Church of Religious Science in the old chapel back there. So we're Reverend Bob Bailey's first practitioner in training group. It was myself, Barbara Lilly, Pat Lutz, and Patricia Morgan. There's two of us left. And so we would come in each week, we go, oh my gosh, this was terrible, these bad things all happened this week, and blah, 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 blah. You know what we used to call that? Do any of you guys know what an AFOG is? AFOG? Oh my gosh. So, an AFOG is another effort opportunity for growth, right? And then we would say that, and that's what we would use. We would come in there, and then we would say the whole thing with the real word in it. And we would all crack up, and then we would go on, and we would work through our stuff. So when you get these things showing up in your life, when people are coming in, and you're not feeling so hot about what's going on, or whatever the situation is, just remember, it's another flippin' opportunity for growth. You fill that in however you want to. It's an opportunity for growth. And I had my opportunity for growth. And then I had to come in and tell you about it. Right? Okay. So, knowing that spirit is creative energy. Yeah, it takes a lot of different forms in its beautiful manifestations. You know, the law of mind. Y'all hear about the law of mind? Yeah. Y'all know it's blind force. Blind force. Law of mind. That's where our feelings go. Where our impressions go. This is where we plant our seeds. And it's blind force. The law of mind says, oh, you're feeling happy and lovable and wonderful. You're feeling that? Oh, good. I give you more things to be happy and wonderful and lovable about. Oh, you're feeling angry and upset and fear? Okay, here. I give you more things to be angry and upset and fearful for. Now that's how the law of mind works. So we really need to be careful how we're doing that. what we're asking for, because it doesn't care who you are, and it doesn't care what you're feeling. It doesn't care. It just gives you what it is that you want. And that the same God that binds us is the same God that will free us according to our own beliefs, our thoughts. You know, what are my limitations? Right? You don't have to have limitations. You do your work. Everything is according to our thoughts and our beliefs, and happiness is a mindset, and it's co-created with spirit. Yeah, what do you want to feel? Ask yourself, what do I want to feel? What are you doing to create an organic state of happiness for yourself? What do you want to feel? Okay, so I'm feeling sad, and I'm feeling depressed, and I'm feeling upset, but I really want to feel happy. I'm praying for happy, but I'm feeling sad, and I'm feeling upset. What are you going to get? Why are we getting sad and upset? That's what we're feeling. So there's the trick in your prayer work. And so you make sure you go to those classes Rev Suzanne's teaching, right? Y'all need to know how to maneuver that one. All right. So, yeah, we have a spiritual group, Practical Spirituality, that meets our house once a month. Going to be part of that sound healing tomorrow night. And we've been working on meditation and silencing the mind, because that's where it all begins. Y'all have meditation practice? Yeah, no, I'm not going to call anybody out, but yeah, I'm glad you raised your hand. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, so we create space for the divine to enter and bring forth out of that state peace, loving kindness, whatever it is that we would love to feel. You know, that's where it all begins. Loving kindness cannot exist in the same space as fear, upset, or anger. How can it exist in the same space? That would imply a what? A duality. Gosh, I love him. No, ladies, he's taken. Yeah. So anyway, something has to go. Something has to go. If we've got loving kindness and happiness and fear, upset, and whatever other icky word you can think of. And did you know that we can't heal a condition with the same consciousness that created it? Yeah, y'all know that, right? Okay, good, because this is going to be on the test here. And once a belief, this one is really important. I just want you to know, I'm throwing these things out at the last minute, but once a belief is stronger than the condition, a healing will always occur. And that is why it's so important to stay in your meditation, to follow your inner gut, your consciousness, your light. Your higher self speaks to you from within. It is the divine. It is who you are, and it will never do you wrong. So listen to that. It's only when we detach and release the things that don't feel good, that the true, the beautiful, and the affirming experiences have room to enter and radiate that light that you truly are from within. You are your own shortcut to happiness. You are responsible for your own happiness. So be your own shortcut. Do you remember the story of, was it like Faustus? You remember that picture like from the 1500s? And there's the devil and there's Faust. He sold his soul to the devil. Do you remember that old painting? Yeah. And he did that for knowledge and power. And knowledge and power can be really good. But if it's being used only to serve human ends without any sense of God's power or grace, then this involves the satanic sin of arrogance, says Matthew Fox. Yes. Ooh, yeah. And the movie, I think that morphed into the movie The Devil and Daniel Webster. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you remember that? And then that morphed into a movie called Shortcut to Happiness. Yes, and that was with Alec Baldwin and Jennifer Love Hewitt. She was the devil. Yeah. He lost everything that meant anything to him when he sold his soul to the devil for material gain and success. And then the devil showed up and wanted his soul, and that complicated everything. But what happens? What happens when someone is like a billionaire? They got a $1 billion, and it's all in a room. And they're just sitting on that pile. They're just sitting there.
Billionaires are never satisfied.
They're never satisfied. Well, if this billionaire's just sitting in that room on that money, yes, and friends are not friends, right? None of that money is in circulation. Well, no enjoyment, no one to enjoy it with, and just a green pile of paper. Where's the happy now, right? Nothing but spiritual and personal emptiness. Happiness is authentically yours. What we have with each other is what counts as we live through this lifetime together. Spend some time in silence. Love the people you love. Love yourself. Live ferociously in kindness and compassion and love. Remember to state your gratitudes. Forgive everyone for everything, especially yourself. And remember, there never was anything to forgive in the first place during your meditations. Speaking of forgiveness, we worked on this special prayer at the Practical Spirituality group. And I know you know this. Most of you probably know this. I know Rev Suzanne does the Ho'oponopono prayer. Yeah. So I invite you to close your eyes. And I would like you to think of somebody that needs your forgiveness. Someone that needs your forgiveness, whether they are alive, whether they are dead, whether it is an animal, a child, a grandparent, an ancestor. Who is it? Who needs your forgiveness? And repeat after me, keeping the eyes closed. I love you.
I love you.
I am sorry.
I am sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
I am sorry.
I am sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
I am sorry.
I am sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so it is.
So it is.
Namaste. Thank you.